Well, it looks to me, my good peoples, as I bid you a good evening tonight. We are back in the joint. My phone has not stopped ringing. My pad is still beeping. I'm still getting hit in my DM. Everybody's saying don't go. Everybody's saying that you one of the most solid voices right now on social media, and your teachings feed my soul. So whatever you do, don't go. I've gotten people who said voicemails. They've left me long letters. Some brothers wrote a whole book. Somebody came and said, look, if you leave, who's going to take your place? And I said, there's a part in the scriptures where Yeshua tells everybody that he got to leave them soon. And they're like, no. He said, but if I don't go, then what needs to happen won't happen. Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? I tried to go, and y'all an interesting group. Like I'm going to start off tonight. We got 3 things to deal with real quick, and you can get on back to your evening. Make sure you drink alkaline water. Keep you charged. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm on my Prince T'Challa tonight. Okay? Feeling like I'm sitting on the throne because I got all the children of the Most High sitting in front of me, which means you're not just a regular group of people. You are a peculiar people. You are a historical people. You are a people that they don't want you to know who you are. If you got a friend that's still getting shadow banned, you better go ahead and let them know that I am on the air right now. We Facts Over Feelings special edition for a Monday night. And I'm going to tell you right off the top what the sermon going to be tonight. You already know, put on your seatbelt, because tonight we're going to talk about whose house is it anyway? Yeah, whose house is it anyway? Boy, y'all better make sure you got a couple of your documents on hand. If you don't have your scriptures, you're going to be kind of lost, because I am going to jump in and out of a few books that they don't teach you in the Slave Masters Church. To all of those folks who've never heard this before, I hope that you take something from it that'll make it easier for you to get through these times. We Facts Over Feelings. Whose house is it? Y'all didn't want me to leave, so I had to come back one more time. I had to go and consult with the sole creator and say, thus would you like for me to say to them? I've said it all. I've done it all. And now what I'm starting to see is the same thing that they did to Yeshua, they wants to do to me. You see, people will sing your praises, hallelujah, on Monday, and crucify your ass on Friday. Is anybody listening to me? They will say you the best thing that happened since sliced bread. Where you been? We've been waiting on you. And then the moment they get in their feelings, they will turn around and crucify your ass and hang you upside down on the cross, set your ass on fire, chop you up, and serve you as a number 3 to all of your enemies. That's exactly how people can be. But we don't get to choose. When we decide we want to deliver the message, we deliver the message regardless. Facts Over Feelings is a show where we look at things from a factual perspective. The subject changes if you're with us. Lately, it's just been the craziness that's been going on as we go through these last days. But there's a few other things that have happened that we need to talk about tonight. So I'm going to hang out with y'all tonight for as long as it takes for me to get this done, because I can't go do anything else, because everyone is in my ear. They're saying, when are you going to speak again? Because we're trying to get this knowledge. We have shifted the entire paradigm from an epidemic to a revolution, and they don't know how we did it. And instead of pissing us off and us all getting separated, we all woke up and we got unified. I told y'all that they said our unity is their worst nightmare. And I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all have heard me talk over the last few days that if you're jealous or you're covetous, that's going to make you envious. You're not going to go with the program very well. You're going to be sitting around hating on everything that's going on because you can't understand why you didn't get the call. Now, maybe you did your job already. Maybe your job was to feed the flock, throw some seeds. Maybe your job was to let everybody know about what was going to happen when it starts to happen. And then when it happens, you take your seat and let it happen. And then he brings out some more players. Nobody plays the game all the way in the end in life. They always changing people out from the bench. Y'all know that. That's why it's always the next this and the next that. Can I talk to y'all? So I know y'all a peculiar group. So tonight, I had to think about this thing. Whose house is it anyway? Well, before I can talk about the house, I have to talk about what's going to go in the house. Who going to live in the house? And once I break down who lives in the house, big shout out to all y'all. Good evening. So glad y'all could take time out to hang out with me. Once I break down who's in the house, then you'll get an idea of whose house we talking about. But then we're going to get into a discussion. Now, hold on a minute. Whose house is it anyway? See, I know y'all are peculiar people. We're not all the same. I'm stopped trying to understand brothers and sisters like we all the same. I'm talking about people who look just like me. People who got the same complexion. People who came from the same neighborhood, I thought. But our minds are totally different. As a matter of fact, if they weren't inside of the brown skin that I saw, I would swear I was talking to an Edomite. Oh, y'all know who the Edomites are. Don't make me go through Esau and all of that. But I know that's not y'all. I know that's not y'all because y'all are a special group, remember? So let me go ahead and take the pie and slice it up for you real quick. And if you're wondering why you can't get along with your coworker, if you're wondering why certain people just rub you the wrong way when they just being themselves, maybe you from the tribe of Reuben, or maybe you from the tribe of Simeon, or you might be from the tribe of Levi. I heard some of y'all was from the tribe of Judah. And then I saw some of y'all came from Issachar and Zebulun and Dan and Naphtali and Gad and Asher and Benjamin. Some of y'all came from Joseph. Some of y'all came from Ephraim. And the rest of y'all came from Manasseh. See, that's the 12 tribes. But see, let me teach y'all something right quick that these other teachers are not going to go so deep as to do an etymological study and break it down for you to show you that when they're talking about tribes, they weren't just talking about a group of people. They were talking about a whole country. If you go and you listen to how it's worded, and some countries came out of other countries, the same way y'all had Virginia, now you got West Virginia. You understand? You are small nations within yourself, not tribes like sitting around the fire, like they want you to believe. No. Think about it. Look at Egypt and think about all of the Hebrews that was in slavery. They kept them in slavery for a long time. I'm just trying to get y'all to see something tonight. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to do is put something on your mind. You ain't gotta believe nothing I say. You can go research it for yourself. I tell everybody that be like a Berean. Go and research it yourself. You ain't got to listen to me. I'm just putting it on your mind. Some of y'all been thinking this stuff already, but you can't talk to the people in your house because they still got the slave master's religion. They still infected with the slave mentality. They will look at you and say, it's too much thinking going on up in here, but you're supposed to think. You're supposed to critically think. You're not supposed to believe what somebody tell you and don't never question it. Y'all ain't talking to me up in here. So whatever I tell you tonight, go verify it for yourself. And then once you verify it, then understand that you're not the one that's crazy. It's like one time we was at the airport. And I'll never forget this. This was back in my music days. And we was all in the airport. Big shout out to my man, DJ Cool and DJ 20. This happened in the airport. Me, Cool, and 20 was on our way somewhere. We went a lot of places. I don't remember where it was. I know we was getting on a plane. And big shout out to Walt Reader up in Philly. And we all got on the plane. And when we got on the plane, I'm getting comfortable and, whatever. And there was something wrong with the plane. And they came out to work on the engine. So, you're looking out the window, they working on the engine and shit. And I'm watching the activity that's going on at the engine. First, it was one dude. He came, opened something up, did something quick, closed it back. And as he was leaving, another dude walked up and said, no, where you going? Let's go back. So they come back, they opened it up, and then they both up there doing something. I'm watching the whole thing go down. I'm on the plane. We ain't left yet. Then the truck came out. Now, when the truck come out, that means some shit is wrong. Okay, so the truck comes out, dude got out the truck, and then they got a little crowd at the engine. And we all sitting on the plane looking at these motherfuckers like, y'all gonna say something? Right? So after a while, they start taking shit out the engine and pulling parts. I'm like, wait a minute, we about to take off. And then the pilot comes on real cool like, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. It appears we have some type of a mechanical error. We're going to have to ask everyone to disembark from the plane. Everybody just leave the plane. He was real cool with it. He wasn't one of those motherfuckers that were like, he didn't do that. So we all started getting up. And the lady said, leave your carry-on. And something in my mind said, we're not doing that. So I snatched my carry-on and we left the plane. Now, 20 didn't get up. And I'm like, 20, we got to go, bro. Come on, what you doing? And 20 said, y'all go ahead, man. 20 was like, man, I ain't going nowhere, man. Straight up, I'm not, baby, you can't make this up. 20 was my dog. He said, I ain't going nowhere, go ahead. And so, okay. So as we started to leave the plane, I turned to him and I said, but what if something is wrong with the plane and the plane blow up? And he looked at me and he said, what if something wrong with the building and the building blow up and I'm the only one sitting on the plane? What about that? And I looked at him and I had to think that thing over. I said, well, yeah, okay, he got a point. But ain't nobody working on the building right now. So I took my ass off the plane. Anyway, so that's a true story. So the point I'm making to y'all and what I need y'all to understand is that because you all are the descendant of the 12 tribes, that some of the stuff that's happening around us, yeah, it's going to get fixed. But some of it we have to go fix ourselves. So when I talk tonight about what we got to talk about, I first wanted to talk a little bit about a topic that's related to that. You see, a lot of us have come and gone in this world, and our souls have left this world. We still got work to do here. And those souls are waiting for us to get the work done, just the way we're supposed to. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That means that you have to be a real man about it. You got to be a real woman about it. All that other stuff you got to leave out in the parking lot. We got work to do. Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Hold on a second. So before I start, I want to put everybody's mind at ease. I want to teach real quick. And I know they don't talk about this in the church because they don't want to scare y'all. But here we give it to you straight with no chasing. Look, y'all stop all of this. He's in heaven looking down on me. Okay? Stop that. Stop simplifying the structure of heaven. It's not that simple. Stop saying he's in a better place. Stop that. Stop. No, don't say that. Especially if you knew them like you really knew them. Don't say that. You know, in the back of your mind, you like, that motherfucker's burning in hell. You know it. And don't act like I'm the only one that done said that. Okay? But the truth of the matter is, if I'm somewhere in chapter 22, somewhere around 22:3, and I'm in the first book of Enoch with the Yahweh's name restored. I could say Yahuwah for all you hardcore people out there, but since we go ahead and inject the vowels that the Greeks put in, we'll say Yahweh, just so y'all can keep focused on who I'm talking about. But somewhere in the first book of Enoch, around chapter 22, verse 3, it talks about what happens to souls. Now, it tells you not only where the souls go, but it also tells you how they're divided up. That when you go down, you're just waiting for judgment. You're going to sit there in judgment until judgment comes. Here's the catch. If you're righteous, or you're one of the elect, or you're one of the children, you sit in section 1. And when you sit in section 1, you're going to hear all of this noise. Everybody going to be screaming, and they're not in pain. They're crying out to Yahweh, because they still have not had the blood of Abel avenged. So you sitting with the righteous crew. And don't worry, he gonna answer that. Now, you got another group. And this group over here, well, let me read from the scriptures and tell you exactly, thus saith, I don't want to misquote, don't get me wrong. It says that at that moment, Raphael, one of the Kodesh Malachim, and I've already told y'all what a Kodesh Malachim is, like the security guards for Yahweh. They run things. They're not angels flying around with harps and wings. That's a lie they told you because they use religion to control you. Truth of the matter is the Kodesh Malachim are like the soldiers of Yahweh, and there's a rank structure to that, all the way up to the archangels, the ones that you call Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. El is a title. It is a symbol of power. So you put El on their name like Raphael, Michael, Gabriel. You just learned something. That is the position of power within the Kodesh Malachim. Here on earth, the ones who were supposed to be guarding us, well, we already know what they did. That's how we end up here. But now we're going to talk about, as they're giving Enoch the grand tour, because he was going to be the scribe. So they said, show him everything. So they showed him where they keep souls. My man wrote it down. He didn't write it down in a language you can't understand. It's not a great mystery. The reason they don't teach you this stuff because it shatters the religion that they use to control you. But let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about so you don't think I'm making this up. It goes on to say, and y'all stay with me, I'm in 22:3. It says, at that moment, Raphael, one of the Kodesh Madakim who was with me, responded to me and he said, these beautiful corners are here in order that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble into them. They are created so that the souls of children of the people should gather here. That's what it's built for. He told them this place right here, right? But then they went inside. And when they got inside, now Raphael is the one taking him on the tour. He asked them, he says, what's all of this noise? Why are they screaming? And he says, and I quote, and I don't want to quote it wrong. He says, this is the spirit which had left Abel, whom Cain, his brother, had killed. It continues to sue him until all of Cain's seed is exterminated. That's the word I wanted to pull up on tonight, exterminated. It says they're going to be crying out until the work is done here. Y'all ain't hearing what I'm trying to tell you. That fear that you can't shake in the face of the continued racism that we face? The times when you want to do something, but something that holds you back so you don't end up knocking the cop out? Every time they do something racist to you, look at you wrong, call you the N-word, and then want to apologize for it, act like you in there to steal something, act like your education don't mean nothing, don't have no problem putting their hands on you because you a woman. All of that right there, that's stemming out of this blood right here. And until it's eliminated, this story is not going to end. Not teaching here. Y'all got me in the book tonight. What we talking about is whose house is it? Now, the interesting thing is, once he tells them that, we then drop down to this part right here, and he asks in 22:8, y'all listen to this, and it's about to get real good. He said, at that moment, I raised a question regarding the judgment. He says, for what reason is one separated from the other? He asking all the right questions. I've been standing there asking the same damn thing. What's all that? Those are the souls. Why you got them divided up? What's this, first class? Coach? What is this? You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I land in first class. All right. They keep it popping up there. And he answered him and said, the three have been made in order that the spirits of the dead might be separated, and in the manner in which the souls of the righteous are separated by the spring of water with light upon it. In like manner, the sinners are set apart, that when they die, they are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed upon them in their lifetime. So, such has been made that for the souls of people who are not righteous, but sinners and perfect criminals, they shall be together with other criminals who are like them, whose souls would not be killed on the day of judgment, but would not rise from there either. So all of y'all out there that do real crazy stuff, I don't care what you're doing. Just remember, you're going to end up with a bunch of people just like you. So if you're a righteous person, that's cool. That's what's happening. But everybody got skeletons in their closet. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and tell you mine. When I was a kid, I would steal everything that wasn't nailed down. No problem. My mom here beat it out of me. I ain't going to lie. If it was nailed, I bring it home. Where you get this from? It was always, I was that dude. All right. I was good at taking stuff, but she beat it out of me. Thank God she did, because I wouldn't be here today to be the man that I am today. So I have to say, listen, if you had it in your upbringing, y'all don't want to beat your kids, that's cool, but look how I turned out. Anyway, and I got my ass tore up. Hey, Mom, how you doing? So the point is, my fantasy, my version of hell for me was that I would go to hell and I would have everything I ever wanted. And every time I turned around, somebody would run through and steal some shit from me, and I would not be able to stop it, and it would go on forever. Then I get more nice shit, and no matter what I did in hell, so whatever you've done, that's what the book says. You're going to end up with those type of people. If you lie to everybody, you're going to end up in a hell where everybody you talk to, they're going to tell you some damn lie. They're going to walk up. Yeah, bro, I heard we was getting out of here tomorrow. Who told you that? And you're not going to know when they lying, but everybody lying. Whatever demon is not excised out of you. And I've already talked about the three types of people that they send into your life. And the last one is to excise whatever demon you have. If not, you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to eat that. So I broke this down for a reason. I'm going to leave this alone because I want to now get to the other matter at hand, is that I want you to understand that some of y'all are not a part of the plan. I hate to be the one to break the news to you. You're not. And you're not doing anything to become a part of the plan. So you might as well just go ahead and own that, and you can click off right now. But for the rest of us, those of us who are the children of the earth, those of us who are the righteous, and those of us who are the elect, let's keep going. So, I'm going to jump around a little bit because there's some things going on that I'm pretty sure y'all heard about. For instance, y'all all know that for the last, 60 some years, really, we've been trying to do this integration thing, for real. They signed the Civil Rights Act, and then we were supposed to, jobs were supposed to equal out, and, education was supposed to, we tried that, we did. We lost a lot of people along the way. Y'all shot every goddamn body that we had that made some sense, but that's okay. We still here. We are still here. Okay. But y'all gentrified our neighborhoods. You threw all our men in jail, and you flooded our neighborhoods with drugs that don't even grow nowhere on the continent, but it made its way to the projects. And hey, that's okay. We still here. You understand what I'm saying? And then once we finally decide, look, we just gonna make it. We're gonna do the best we can. We're gonna try to blend in. We're gonna join your armed forces. We're gonna work the corporate jobs. We want a job in everything y'all doing. What happened next? Y'all couldn't even be all right with that. Y'all started look, we're gonna over police these people. We're gonna make money off these people. We're gonna try to jail these people because we want to turn them from a slave to a criminal. And you come up with the police force. And that's their real job. Serve and protect is right. Serve and protect the institution that turns you from a slave to a criminal. See, right now you in between. Yeah, they know they got a constitutional right that's supposed to protect you, but that's the job is like king of the hill to knock you off. And now that y'all starting to fight back, how dare you raise up? How dare you raise up? Crack. They lost their goddamn mind. Okay? So that brings me to this point right here. Now, it was Malcolm X who said that he told us about the difference between separation and segregation. If y'all remember, hold on a second, I got something in front of me. Y'all remember he said something about, he said the black man that you're not familiar with is the one that would like to point out now he is a new type. He is the type that seldom the white man ever comes in contact with. And when you do come in contact with him, but you're shocked because you don't know what type of black man, type of black man existed. That's what a lot of y'all said about me. And immediately you think, well, here's one of those black supremacists or racists or extremists who believe in violence. And that's the other kind of, well, that's what they're going to call you. You're the angry black man. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of it is the new type of black man, he don't want integration. He wants separation, not segregation, but separation. You see, to him, segregation, as was taught by the people at the powers that be, told us that which is forced upon inferiors by superiors. That's what it's called. So a segregated community is a Negro community or black community or whatever you want to call yourself, but not the white community. Though it's all white, it's never called a segregated community. It's a separate community. In the white community, the white man controls the economy. He owns the economy, his own politics, his own everything. He owns everything. That's his community. But at the same time, while the black man lives in a separate community, it's a segregated community, which means it's regulated from the outsiders are controlling it. Everybody that you building you live in is somebody who don't even live around where you live at. The white man has all the business in the black community. He runs the politics of the black community. He controls all the civic organizations in the black community. This is a segregated community. We don't go for segregation. We go for separation. Separation is when you have everything is our own. It's our own economy. We control our own politics, control our own society. We control our own everything. You have yours and you control yours, and we have ours and we control ours. I didn't make that up. I was quoting Malcolm X. Malcolm X said that back in 1963. Y'all know how long ago that was? Yeah. We still asking for the same things right now. So now we're going to get a little closer to, but whose house is it? You see, America, we need a few things from you, if you don't mind. And if you don't give them to us, you're going to force the people that you keep stepping on to come get it. Yeah. And, we got to put the end to a few things. We already talked about the other night about what our problems were mentally. But we need a few things from y'all. Y'all need to give us some room. First of all, we believe in the 10-step program of the Black Panthers. Yes, we do. And when we talk about the 10-step program, a lot of y'all don't realize that some of the very things you enjoy today came from the 10-step program of the original Black Panthers. The first thing they said was we believe that black people would not be free until we are able to determine our own destiny. We can't do that in somebody else's house. We can't do that on somebody else's land. We can't do that under someone else's laws. We can't do those things because we're under the control of someone else. And a lot of y'all don't want to hear this, but to tell you the truth, they still think of you as property. Very well behaved property, halfway intelligent property, a little while, like to lock you up, but still property. Don't believe it? Let us all try to leave. I'm not making this up. Let every black person, I'm just hypothetically, I know a lot of y'all ain't going nowhere because what we gonna do? Y'all still got this, y'all still scared. But if we all just decided to leave, you would find out how much property they think you is. They would physically stop us from leaving. And y'all don't believe they would? You ain't been on earth long enough. Like my grandmother used to say, oh, you don't know white people like I know white people. Okay. Now, y'all have to understand that the number two thing that they said was we believe the federal government is responsible and obligated to give every man employment on a guaranteed income. We shouldn't have to go look for a job. We should have a job. Y'all worked us for 247 years like we had a job. We was up at the crack of dawn, went to sleep late at night. We got penalized if the job won't right. We barely got awarded. So why can't we be guaranteed a job now? Soon as you're able to work, you go to work. You got a guaranteed income. We did it for y'all. Y'all can't do it for us. That's a form of reparation. But we'll get to that later. Number three was the day we believe this racist government has robbed us. And now we're demanding the overdue debt of 40 acres and a mule. And a lot of y'all don't know. See, y'all are so used to hearing that. You don't know what that really means. Let me break it down for my people. What that means is every unhonored treaty that came out of the Civil War, not just between the Confederate States, but between the Native American tribes too, because they had slaves too. Don't y'all get it twisted. They owe us some stuff too. So pay up the land, redistribute the wealth like you said you would do. You understand what I'm saying? We're not making this up. See, a lot of this stuff already exists. But they asked for this back in 66, and instead they killed them for it. Then they said, we believe that if the white landlords will not give us decent housing to the black community, then the housing and the land should be made into a cooperative so that we, with our own government aid, can build and make decent housing for our people. And that's where I pull up to my topic tonight. I'm pretty sure by now y'all done heard about the town that's for sale down in Georgia. Oh, yes, there's a town for sale called Toomsville. Listen to the name, for the price of $1.7 million. Now, let me show y'all how I think, because y'all know I go do my business. I've been doing this a long time. That's why I don't have to ask anybody for anything, because I've done everything according to Yahweh. He has blessed me immensely. So even in these times of a drought, I'm doing okay. But let me put it to you like this. $1.7 million. Watch this. If I got 2 million of y'all to donate 85 cents each, I would have $1.7 million. 85 cents. 2 million motherfuckers. And we got a town. See that? Boom. But y'all not going to do it like that. Somebody going to do something stupid. They're going to open up a GoFundMe. They're going to ask y'all to give like $1,000 or some shit. They ain't going to cost that much to buy it. They're going to pocket the rest. Then there's more work that needs to be done. See, a lot of people don't know anything about standing up a town. They just think if you buy it and it's supposed to just turn on by itself. No. Once you buy the town, you then have to let the town sit for 6 months. Don't touch nothing. They have to make sure that when the state comes through, because remember, it's a town that's on somebody's land, that you own the land, but you're in somebody's county, which means you're in somebody's state. That means that they're going to come out. They got to inspect everything in the damn place so they can tell you what you need to fix, what you got to bring up to code. They're going to do that shit to you like they do everybody else. So no, ain't nobody moving in for nothing. We done paid for it, but it's ours. Black town. Whatever y'all want to call it. I don't know. black, whatever, Rwanda, I don't care. The bottom line is it will be ours. So 6 months later, then a team of people got to go in, and you already exist in the community. City planners. We got to go in. We got to make sure the infrastructure is good. It's already been certified. Okay. We got to look at the buildings. We got to look at the electric code. We got to go in and make sure that the traffic lights, how we going to lay them out, where it's going to be, where that's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? Then once that part is done, oh, we can move in. No, you can't move in yet. Hold up. It's Blacktown. Whose house is it? So here's what happens. Next, we go out and we get some black businesses to move into that black town. So now people are coming there to spend their money in Blacktown. But you got to have people to work there, right? Now you start bringing in the people. They start building out the residential areas because they work in Blacktown. Now, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to let the nearby hospital service you until we get our hospital up to speed. We do them on a short-term lease. You can only service us for a year, then that's a wrap after that. Then we got our own doctors and nurses. We Blacktown. We lease out the fire department. So somebody come put the goddamn fire out because we ain't got the firehouse up yet. We don't even own a fire truck. So shit burned down. No, we're not going to do that. We got to lease with these people over here. They come over from the next county, put the damn fire out till we get our own fire. Then we got fire and we build our own police department. And that's where I come in doing my job on a daily basis. What in the hell you think NFAC is really going to turn into? It's going to turn into the black police force. It's going to turn into the black army. It's not there to protest and demonstrate, you dumbasses. I'm trying to put a security framework together so that y'all can do what you need to do. Because if you try to do all this shit that I'm talking about, them white folks is not going to let you do a damn thing. Shit going to be getting blowed up, shit going to be getting stolen every time we turn around. The shit they sell us going to be inferior. Shit going to be collapsing. If we don't build it ourselves, we're going to be getting some bullshit. And sooner or later, somebody going to come through there and want to start some trouble. What y'all going to do? You going to march and sing to that? Damn. Anyway, somebody got to be the muscle who enjoys it. Anyway, listen. So once you get all that set up, now you bring more businesses in. And look, you can build a school. You build a college. You get everything set up. And now you're ready to do trade with the next county. What y'all make? What y'all do? You understand what I'm saying? Now you got your own little town, and towns grow into cities. Now, I just told y'all and gave y'all a free blueprint on how to grow your own city from scratch, and that there is a place, and that's what I want to really talk about. Here's the problem. You know, don't nothing come without a catch. So let me give it to you real, because you know I do my research. Y'all know I get into the facts here. Once I heard it, it sounded a little too good to be true. I said, yeah, okay, wait a minute. So the whole town, as it is, 1.7. Okay. What's the catch? Where the fuck did everybody go? Let's just be real for 2 seconds, y'all. Where did everybody go? What happened? I got cable. What happened in the town? See, you don't run out and buy nothing without checking it out. I'm being real with y'all. We be moved up in this motherfucker and we be in there about a week. And all of a sudden they come, you open up the closet and all of a sudden, get out. Like, oh, hell no. For sale. We tried. You got to go back to where you was. That shit ain't work. Okay, it's some demons running loose up in there, and right now they in there, and we're not dealing with that bullshit. Black folks don't play that. See, we know that's why we're not the ones in the movie. Normally, they had to make some stupid ass character for these silly ass motherfuckers today. But back in the day, it was never a black person. Freddie never killed black people till like the 5th movie. You know what I'm saying? So no, we're not going to do that. We're not going nowhere where there's some scary shit going on. We don't care how much the town costs. Are we in agreement, brothers and sisters? We ain't moving into no haunted. Y'all laughing, but I know y'all. We'll be in the town. I'll be sitting on my porch. It's really nice out here. I'm so glad that we got. Where's he going? This motherfucker down the street. Why? Because some shit going on at the house up the street. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. We got to check this shit out. Why is the town for sale? The whole town. Everybody left. And left the motherfucker intact. Y'all got to tell me what. This better not be. We got balloons down here. They float. Fuck that. Fuck you. I'm sorry. I got to say it. Y'all know I'm going to keep it 100 with you. No. Y'all better talk to me. Y'all know I'm going to keep it 100 with you. We facts over feelings. Think we're coming close to the first hour. I think I might have to do a second hour. We're going to finish this up. Listen, man. Listen. We're going to get back into this. I'm going to take a quick second for everybody who just joined. But listen, the only reason I'm back on is because I got such a response today from you guys saying, listen, please don't go. You know, this is like One of the best things I found out since the quarantine. I can sit here, somebody turn me on. I like the teaching. Please don't go. I got so much response today that I figured, okay, all right. So I had to go have a talk with the creator, and he was like, I'm gonna send you back down there. All right, I'm gonna give you some more topics now. All right, now, so once you get done with that, don't come back up here and ask me no more. All right, all right. So tonight we dealing with a few issues. I know I'm coming close to the end of the first hour. I'm gonna do a little bit more, but then we're gonna come back because after I get done with that, I got to hit y'all with one more thing, and then I'm gonna be up out your hair. We're gonna talk about the 4th of July Black Gun formation. Let me teach y'all something. We're not gonna do a march. We're gonna do a formation. And y'all know when we get in formation, what it's going to look like. But we're also going to talk about the morals and the precepts of what it meant in the ancient text to be able to call yourself a man and to call yourself a woman. You didn't just jump into it. You had to actually satisfy some requirements. And when I go through that, some of y'all going to find out, damn, I'm not a man yet. Or the woman going to be like, I got to get my shit together. We're going to stop right now. I see they're giving me the signal. I'm going to stop right now. I'll be right back. I hope y'all come back and join me. I'm glad to be back with you. Right here in Facts Over Feelings. We talking about whose house is it? I'll be right back. Y'all better make sure y'all come back. Don't meet me here, beat me here. We're going to get right back into it.